Shannon Sharpe lawsuit have him retiring another woman from working forever. And record exec Crawford says female artists on his label get BBLs if they want them. You get a BBL and you get a BBL.
Plus, is comedian Matt Rife going to the dark side with his latest purchase? And did Ja Rule forget to put his clothes on at a recent concert? We got a whole bunch of this and a whole lot more. Welcome to Side Dish.
Matt Rife going to the dark side. Man, that's exciting.
And he works dark. I like it, man.
Yeah.
What's going on, y'all?
Hey.
Happy Wednesday to you, and especially you over there in the back. Here at Side Dish, for more than an appetizer when it comes to pop culture and fun, we are the whole meal.
Oh my gosh, Wednesday, hump day. We're almost there.
Man, halfway through. Karate chopping our way through the situation. And, you know, coming in hot with some feed me. And it not only goes down in the DMs, it also goes down at the airport. So we got two feed me's for y'all. Now, first one happened in Buffalo, New York, where a drunk man was arrested for stealing one of the airport golf carts and doing this.
Yes. Yes.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Oh, did he just shatter the glass?
Yo, you think he's getting a DUI for that?
Oh, he's going to get charged with something.
How is he trying to take the golf cart on the flat escalator? I don't even know what that thing's called.
Yeah. You always want to go the path of least resistance, and he definitely did it the hard way.
He was committed. Whoever put Danger Zone under here, they deserve the reward.
Chef's kiss.
Where's the police? Where's airport security?
You know, I don't know what airport this happened at.
Somewhere in New York, right?
Oh, let's see.
Buffalo.
Oh, Buffalo. Okay. Yeah, at 1 a.m. you can pull this off.
Wow. This video just keeps going.
Wait,
did he break the glass?
He did, yeah.
Oh my God.
You going to jail now.
Sorry. Sorry, Maverick, you're grounded. You're too dangerous.
Man, like, I always love seeing people finding fun things to do in the airport.
Yeah.
And I think they should let people ride the carts, but just not like this.
Like, if I could rent one of those airport golf carts, I'll give people rides. Just let me drive.
It's like Uber in the actual terminal.
Yeah.
Because, like, you ever be in a situation where, like, oh, I'm going to make this flight, I'm pretty close, and you realize your gate is the very last one at the very end?
Yes.
Ah, man, I hate it with my whole heart.
I have ran through the airport more times than I'd like to admit. Sweaty, getting on the plane and everything.
Yo, there's nothing worse than being the gross, sweaty human coming on a plane after you just came in hot.
Yeah, it's bad. Okay, this other airport fiasco happened right here in Atlanta's Jackson Hartfield International when the ceiling, we had a lot of rain this week, and the ceiling collapsed and tons of dirty sewage water started raining down.
Oh, no.
Take a look. Sewer water. But wait, if it's sewer water, it doesn't have anything to do with the rain. That's bad plumbing.
Atlanta Sharpsfield.
Hey.
Oh, that's gross.
Wow.
I know exactly where that's at. That's not too far from Grindhouse Burgers. That's in the T terminal.
Oh, no, not in the T's.
Yeah.
That's like right past security on like the north side.
And that's Delta, too.
No.
That's like right there.
Not Stinky Delta.
Man. Hartsfield gets a bad rep for a lot of things.
Yeah.
And this is the first time where I feel like people have the right to say something bad about Hartsfield. This happened.
This is complainable.
Like,
this is
you travel a lot.
Decent amount.
What other airports do you feel like are more difficult to navigate through than Hartsfield?
Ooh, more difficult. Let me think.
So I hate LAX, not LAX. I hate DFW Airport. That airport's on two sides of the highway.
Yeah, DFW's big.
Kennedy Airport. There was a time where I had to get on an actual bus on the ground and take it across the tarmac to go to another terminal to get on a thing.
That'll happen at LAX.
I missed that flight.
Yep, that'll happen at LAX. You know, that's the thing, is getting around Hartsfield Jackson's pretty easy because the plane train.
Right, and most people I know who ain't from Atlanta, they complain about the plane train.
Yeah.
And I'm like, it's the most simple thing in the world. If you landed at E, you walk to the thing, get on a train, and get dropped off at baggage claim.
It could not be any easier. I will accept no plane train hate here on the show. You fight the plane train, you fight me.
And now, if you show up after midnight, sometimes they shut the plane train down, and you got to hoof that.
Yeah, the walks. Well, but the other thing is you get to walk through the little jungle areas or the little art installations.
I like it.
One time I was going on that little speed path through there, and I just saw some guy just taking his time, just taking in the art, and I'm like, "Welcome to Atlanta, sir."
Yo, one time I had to like sober up because I was in the section where they kind of give you all the wine you want.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, I need to walk this off. So like I walked from like E all the way to baggage claim, and like to be able to take it scenic and go through that jungle era and see the art and see the different like Black history displays they got. Man, hearts feel lit.
That's right. Okay, here we go. I'm going to do my best to get this. I'm sorry. Here we go. Jimalita Tillman, who was fed a cherry at Usher's concert, is speaking out after wanting the Nightcap Show to retract their statement and take down their clips where they said her husband divorced her after the Usher concert. She's never been married. And when they wouldn't take it down, she filed you guessed it, $20 million lawsuit. The S's in Shannon Sharpe are tuning in to dollar signs. Here's what she told the Morning Hustle.
You gave them an opportunity to even be able to retract it, just to apologize. You sent out emails, letters, you've spoken with people, the producers over there, everything, and still they chose not to take it down.
Absolutely. So when it all began, this is back in April, many people are just hearing about it now, and that shows I'm not into trying to get a media hit about this. It got picked up. I'm not even sure how. I'm not really talking about the nuts and bolts of the case, but this case is about Shay Shay Media. It's about Pink Deer, the production company that was not fact-checking it, or if they did not care enough. I sent emails, I sent letters. Clearly they opened it, they responded because they made it private. They did not take it down, and it didn't take it down immediately. And even as of July 31st, things were still on ways to find it on their podcast, on Apple and their other mediums in which they do it. And this is a
You know what, sweetheart? You're making a bigger deal out of this than they did.
Yeah.
I don't even remember the story that she's talking about. And if you're not married, why you mad?
I'm trying to figure out what the damages to her would be in this scenario.
Okay.
Like if she was married and they say she got divorced, okay, I didn't get divorced, you haven't really suffered any damages from it.
Right.
If they said she was like single and turns out she was married and she wasn't supposed to be there, or her husband got mad because he saw the cherry challenge, that's also a different thing where maybe she suffered some damages as a result of this. But I'm having a hard time understanding how this negatively affected her.
Well, I just heard from our producer Arlene that she works in education. But here's the thing. They didn't blow you up. You blew yourself up by doing the challenge at the concert, knowing that these clips typically go viral. If you should have put your educational ass one row back when you walked over there with the cherry stem. You can't sue these people because they brought something to the light that you did that was already out there. Okay, they said something erroneous in the fact that you was married, or you're gonna be divorced if but you lost nothing.
I guess they were claiming that she was getting divorced, like they invented a husband for her and invented a whole marriage issue as a result of this. But even then, I'm not sure she actually suffered a whole lot from it. Maybe somebody at work was like, I didn't know you were married. She's like, I'm not married. And then, ha, 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 and we go on about our day. But I will say this, though, and hold me to it. If you're watching the show right now, if you catch me saying something that is not an opinion and it's just patently false, I don't have any issue coming around saying, you know what, I got it wrong. I didn't have the facts of that right. I thought I understood it. I didn't understand it. Can we move forward and move on? And so I don't understand why, if she's reaching out to them, why they didn't just go, oh, you know what, I'm so sorry. Like, she wasn't married. Mistakes on our part. We're going to leave the clip up. But
well, I've been in a position where I've posted content in interviews with people, and someone has came back and said, hey, take it down.
Okay.
And my thing is, it's about your approach. I don't negotiate with terrorists.
Sure.
So it depends on how she approached them. And like, granted, I didn't hear the Chad and Shay Shay clip, but it sounds to me that they said it, oh man, she getting divorced when she get home, in a joking, assumptive way, not in a factual way.
Right.
And here you are taking it literally, trying to sue somebody for $20 million. Granted, like, you know, whatever he did with the other chick,
that's different.
The jury's out. That's but to here you swinging for the fences,
I feel like this could get thrown right out of court.
as it should.
Like, she's suing for 20 because she's hoping to get $500,000 or something like that. Evidently, she's also representing herself. Oh, honey.
You about to win 20 million doll hairs.
Oh, sugar.
You're not gonna get the money that you're searching for.
Honey, baby doll. This isn't gonna go the way you think it is.
I award you no points, and may God have mercy on your soul.
Yeah, you're like, here, now, okay, now I'm around on the other side of it again, where it's like, now you're just ruining yourself. You're about to become the laughingstock of your hometown. You know, what was her name? Do we get her name? I don't even know if we got her name.
Gorilla Ghoul hair?
Yeah, no, Annalita, that's right.
Himalita.
Like, by the way, beautiful name.
Is it?
But it's unique.
It's like Jim and Alita.
Yeah, Jim Alita.
But you make the J have that sound.
Himalita.
Himalita. Like, it reads Latino on paper, and then you realize it's my cousin.
Yeah.
It's rough out here.
It's difficult. Himalita. Anyhow, all I'm getting at is like, probably there's somebody in your ear who's like, you should sue for this, and Shannon just paid out this and whatnot, and that's not your friend, because you're not gonna look great here as this unfolds.
Tony Busby gonna call her in 5, 4, 3, 2.
Yeah.
Carl Crawford, CEO of 1501 Entertainment, who signed Megan Thee Stallion early in her career, says he now includes this surgery in the budget when signing female artists because after paying for rapper Erica Banks' surgery, her confidence went through the roof. Take a look.
You know, the first surgery she got, we helped her get that, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, I saw the confidence go out the roof, but that wasn't part of artist development, you know, it's just what she wanted at the time. And I ain't gonna lie, when the first one, you know what I'm saying, when it happened, yeah, she was turned up, man, you know what I'm saying? Everything was perfect, and I was like, oh, wow, I'm gonna keep 20 bands to the side for any artist, any next girl artist that comes. Yeah, I'm gonna just, you know, have that on the table, you know, because getting the BBL seemed to bring a lot of confidence to these girls.
The skills should bring the confidence, but apparently that's not where we are these days.
Yeah.
Because even with the BBL, music's still a little mid.
Do you think, where in the contract, is that a line item in the contract? Because you got to pay back for studio time.
Oh.
And you got to pay back these other, then are you also paying back BBL?
It's an addendum.
And then,
it's something I added, like, you know,
yeah,
and the new contract rolled out.
Yeah, we got a new thing for you.
So what are they gonna do for guys? Like, do guys get to get the BBL or like that little Drake tummy special?
Oh yeah, the Drake abs.
Yeah, you know, bring the hairline up forward.
You bring that hairline down. Well, most of the time, artists, like new artists, are usually pretty young. Like most young artists shouldn't have hairline issues. But if you're like bringing out some golden oldies, maybe.
Well, yeah, or like, you know, just bad genetics.
Sure.
You know, genes or whatnot.
Yeah.
And the crazy thing is, like, you know, because like operating in the space that I operated in, like with radio and stuff, like there's been situations where like, yo, we had this interview scheduled, but we can't do it because such had a toothache.
Right.
And then they'll hit me later, but like, yeah, man, she got the surgery, so blah,
Sure.
blah, blah, blah,
Yeah.
blah. Like, it's more common than you think.
Yeah.
And that's why you got to always look at people's high school pictures.
Dude, that's why they say I had, there was a guy that I worked with years ago. He was like a casting director in LA, and his whole thing was like every leading man in Hollywood has had a nose job.
Really?
And I was like, I don't know. But then you can get on Google and decide for yourself and find photos of a lot of these like really famous people in their teens, and then photos of them now, and you go, oh yeah, Megan Fox is a classic example.
She got a nose job?
Well, she got a lot job. Like Megan Fox, like you look at Megan Fox when she first hit the scene in like Transformers, she was well known to be very attractive.
Right.
And she still kind of looks like the same person, but when you look AB on this, it's like Kardashian season 1 and season 30 now.
I had no idea. 'Cause I haven't
Yeah.
seen her in a while. She got everything done but them thumbs, I guess, huh?
Yeah.
Because
The
them
thumbs?
thumbs. You never seen Megan?
She got crazy thumbs?
Google Megan Fox's thumbs. She got them Fred Flintstone thumbs.
Yo.
But she a girl though.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
alright.
So you don't expect it to be very hitchhikey. But she got it. Thumbs up.
Here's my thing is like, so much of like, I think like getting your first big explosion as a new artist is gonna be the look. Like it's undeniable. Like for men and women, like, you know, you wanna look in shape, you're trying to look hot, invariably there are gonna be videos and photo shoots and whatnot. Is like a BBL necessary? Are we there now where you don't have a chance unless you're drop dead gorgeous by traditional standards?
And this is a hot take coming off a stove with boiling water. a BBL is necessary if your skill set is here.
Ooh, yeah.
Versus, because like if you dope, the way
It's
you
not
look,
gonna matter.
it's not gonna matter.
Yeah.
So like you gotta kind of balance the tires and make, all right, cool. Well, when we lack it for it here, we'll make up for it here, give people something else to talk about.
Sure.
And I'm not shooting at this young lady by any stretch of the imagination, but like, I believe in her enough to where I feel like she could have got it off her talent alone.
Yeah.
But whatever confidence issues you're dealing with, to where you feel like, you got to get Reebok pumped up, sure, more power to you, but come on, man. We got to do better.
It is also tricky because I'm sure what she's doing is she's looking at the artists that she idolizes
Right.
and wants to be like, and people who she feels like, oh, I could get on that career path. And I'm sure several of them also have the BBL. And
Like, Nicki Minaj is dope, and I don't know what surgery she had, but you let the internet tell it. She's had
I've
quite
seen
a
the
few.
clips.
Yeah.
I've seen the clips.
But I felt like her skill set was there to where she didn't have to do that.
Yeah.
But, like, man, don't let what other people doing influence how you move in life, man.
Yeah.
People gonna accept you the way you are.
Yeah. Speaking of being accepted the way you are, Matt Rife, who may or may not have had plastic surgery, depending on who you're talking to.
He another one.
He's another one.
Is he signed to Carl Crawford?
Oh, I don't know. That'd be hilarious.
Carl
though.
Crawford?
Carl Crawford. Yeah. So Matt Rife, he may be conjuring up more than laughs now because he announced on IG that he and YouTuber Elton Castee have purchased the home in the Conjuring films. You know, the one where Haunted Annabelle was? I have officially purchased Ed and Lorraine Warren's home and a cult museum, including being the legal guardian for at least the next 5 years of the entire haunted collection, including the Annabelle doll. If you know me, I'm obsessed with the paranormal and all things haunted. That's a Matt Rife quote. Evidently, you can book it for like overnight stays now. And take little museum tours.
I mean, that's a smart business grind, because there's a lot of people who like are a fan of all of those films, and even the lore and the stuff that goes behind it, man. So the money earning potential is crazy. I don't play with dark energy, so I wouldn't sleep there.
Yeah, it's funny to me. This falls into the category of one of those things like when people's success starts to get up enough where they have enough money to go on their own little side quests.
Yeah.
And it's like, this is how I know Matt Rife is starting to get real wealthy.
Like, what's the side quest item that you would get? If like, all right, I got more money, I know what to do with. What we doing?
Like if I wind up with more money than I should have, like, I don't know, you'll see me jump out and do something real stupid. Like I'll probably have a monster truck or something just like real obnoxious that I have no reason whatsoever to own. Like a bar would come first. Like I'd probably buy a bar because that seems like a smart business decision.
Okay.
I don't know. What about you?
18 van.
Oh, an 18 van.
No, I'm gonna get the actual van that they used in the 18, but I'm gonna repost it on the inside, put a stripper pole inside of it, so when the doors open, be like, what does the A stand for? You know.
Yeah. For curious fact to add to this story, Annabelle's last handler, a guy named Dan Rivera, he died last month while traveling with the doll. I wonder if that made the price go down.
Right. And I also question, what was he doing to the doll to where the doll decided to lash out and take his life?
I think that's just how the doll rocks. I think the doll just kills folks.
Yeah,
It's a bloodthirsty doll.
would you even like hold the doll?
I would roll those dice.
Really?
I would roll those dice. Yeah. Because I'm a skeptic. I'm a skeptic on a lot of these things, and I would snuggle up. I'd snuggle up to the Annabelle doll. I'd like crawl right up in the bed and just like tempt fate. But then if I went missing, I would expect you all to tell my stories.
Yeah, I don't want my homie to end up on the FAFO files.
Yeah.
The F around
The FAFO files.
Yeah, the FAFO files. F around find out
Yeah.
files. Because, man, like, I think you pour energy into the things you believe in.
That's true.
And I tell people all the time, if you believe in that, there has to be something to that, too. You know what I mean? So, I don't know. To each his own. What say y'all in the chat? Are you spending any time with the doll?
Also, if you got rich, what would be the way we would know you were rich? Are you buying museums? You starting a burger stand? You getting some custom cars?
Also, I would be robe dude.
Oh, yeah.
I'd be one of those guys who only wore robes in public, like clothes optional, you know what I'm saying? But like I have a fly assortment of robes.
Yeah. You could be robe dude now.
No.
No? No, you couldn't be rope dude now?
I don't have, on my way, but not right now.
Okay.
On my way, on my way.
Don't wait too long.
I'd be stolen rope
Follow
dude
your dreams.
from the hotels that I stay in. I take those ropes, but I'm on my way.
Yeah. All right, we got to take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to be back in 2 minutes. I'm just stumbling all over it. We'll be back in 2 minutes with more Side Dish.
It's the doll.
It's the doll.
Hey, besties.
What is a bestie?
I like you.
She's fun.
It's about to be a good time.
She's always looking out for you.
Since you're my bestie, I will handle it for you.
She makes you think.
Here to uplift and empower.
She's always encouraging.
You are that girl.
Chelsea Edwards, your bestie in daytime.
Like it's a spiritual moment.
Chatting with Chelsea. New episodes weekdays at 5:30 or stream anytime on Fox Soul.
Hey, it's your girl Carolina Sanchez, and The Nightcap is the late night show where no topic is off limits. Join me as we dive into the wild world of relationships, sex, and everything in between. From hilarious dating disasters to steamy secrets, you know we've got it all. We've got celebrity guests, expert advice, and a cocktail in hand. The Nightcap is your guilty pleasure. So grab your drink and tune in because the best stories start after dark.
The Nightcap. New episodes weeknights at 10:30 or stream anytime on Fox Soul.
Ready to lose track of time the best way possible?
Rolling!
From the funniest videos to the wildest things online, we do the scrolling so you don't have to.
It's Usher. He had that synthetic hair melting. You hear me? Why y'all talking about that lady hair like that? Ain't it alone?
Catch us every weeknight, 7 p.m. Central on Fox Soul.
Louder for the people in the back.
Well, on Fox Face Off, we tell the raw, unadulterated truth.
Fox Soul Face Off.
We are given the platform here with no fear.
Always comes out swinging.
We should be saying, hey, stop shooting and killing people.
Nothing held back.
They wanted black hip-hop moguls and artists to continue the feud.
No punches pulled.
And shut the hell up.
You interrupt me all the time.
Tune into the show where opinions collide. Fox Soul Face Off. New episodes weeknights at 9 or stream anytime on Fox Soul.
Welcome back. All right, y'all. Ja Rule hit the stage, and during one of his sets, he did something the ladies are loving every bit of it online because he literally got dressed on stage. Check this man hopping out of the bed. That's me on my way to make a bowl of cereal. Yeah, throw my leather shorts on.
Leather shorts is a very fashion-forward choice.
I do sleep in my chain.
As you should.
Yeah.
I wonder what happened to the other clothes that were on the hanger.
Yeah, what happened? Yeah.
A lot of hangers. Yo, man. And the crazy thing, Ja Rule is 49 out here, and I think he's probably in the best shape that I've ever seen him in. Like, he looks like he can fight 50 Cent.
Absolutely.
Today. Yeah, like he stays ready.
I haven't seen 50 since he was hanging upside down at the Super Bowl a couple of years ago. And he looked like he was struggling a little bit.
Even 50 was clowning himself. He said, so your mental intestines going up.
Yeah. I mean, shout out to Ja Rule for staying in this kind of shape in his late 40s. It gets hard to do.
Yeah, man, because I see a lot of people who get to a certain place in their career, they kind of just put it on cruise control.
Yeah.
Or like, always keep the shirt on. So to be able to be shirtless at 49, more power to you, Jeffrey Atkins.
Do you think, I mean, I've only seen this clip from this angle. I haven't seen, like, the crowd reaction. Like who's filming this, by the way? Is this somebody off stage? Like,
it's hard to tell. Like, I would blame it on the old lady who used to be at the Apollo, but she recently died. So, yeah, a hardcore Ja Rule fan, for better or for worse, man. Like, because I know Ja Rule has had a rough go at it at some of the 2000s.
Yeah.
The run he had up until that whole 50 Cent thing was crazy, man. And I really hope he can pull it off again, man. He got joints.
Yeah, he sure does. The other thing is, like, the whole Fire Festival of it all kind of, like, portrayed him in a negative light there for a hot minute. I don't think he had that much to do with it. It's kind of outside of his purview, but...
Yeah, I think sometimes, like, just being in the wrong situations at the wrong time can just keep keep you on that low shelf longer than you want to be, man.
For sure.
Get up out there, man.
Yeah, get up out there.
Who else would you like to see pull off that same type of, like, aesthetic? I also see Rick Ross doing that.
Yeah.
Whether you want to or not.
See Rick Ross get dressed on stage?
Huh? As he puts his pants. Huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Khaled.
Oh, Khaled would
too.
do it. I could see Khaled doing something like this.
Yeah.
But it would take him longer, I think. That man's trying to he's falling over. Like, I just don't think. Do you think, man, if that dude fell over on stage, how long?
Oh, if Khaled fell? You know what? Something tells me he has, like, Chris Farley energy. And not because of cocaine, but Chris Farley energy, like, I feel like if he fell, he'd get up quick.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, pride.
Pride, there we go.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
And you'll just be hurt later when you get home.
And the other thing is like, a lot of female performers are already performing in their lingerie, so it's like, they're not that far off anyhow.
Yeah, now the guys are showing up for work like that.
There we go.
You're welcome, ladies. Fashion Nova had the internet a little confused with one of their ads, and some people might have done a double take or even rolled their eyes with these photos with a Tupac lookalike. Check this out.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
All
you know,
right.
from a distance, like if you saw him across the street, you know, you'd be like, holla if you hear me, you know?
Yeah. I mean, it's, you know, it's the rag more than anything, right? I don't have a good look at his face.
Yeah, the bandana, you know, like it does enough to get you there in your head to where like you feel like you're looking at him, even though, you know, he would look way older.
Yeah.
So you know we had to run to the comments. Someone said Tupac modeling for Fashion Nova was not on my 2025 bingo card. Another person said him wearing a sweatshirt that says authentic is wild.
That's crazy. Someone else said, Pac, I know damn well you ain't been at Fashion Nova this whole time. And this comment in response to the model was, how y'all mad at someone for literally looking like another person? He can't help that. But I don't know. What do we think of the ad?
I mean, it's creative. I don't know what the ad is promoting per se.
It's
Fashion Nova Men.
Yeah, it's Fashion Nova Men. It's one of those things where it's like, do you remember that dude who was fake Drake for a while?
Oh, yeah.
He's showing up at clubs as faux Drake.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I would get a kick out of a whole ad campaign of, like, celebrity lookalikes.
Oh, man. Like, you know, especially like one of those companies that makes things that look similar to other things. Like, instead of LV, it's like VL. You know what I mean? Like, it's just kind of all flipped around. Like, run it up. Because it gets people talking. Like, even if it's in, like, weird energy space, it gets people talking. Like, we wouldn't have known about this Fashion Nova for Men line if, I mean, well, mad people shop there.
Yeah.
I might be wearing a Fashion Nova shirt. I'm not even sure.
Yeah.
But, yeah, no, I'm here for it. I'm here for it. What other celeb impersonators would you like to see?
Like, I don't know. I get into, like, I would like to see, like, the difficult ones. Like, I feel like it would be difficult for someone to impersonate Arnold Schwarzenegger because you've got to be big, then you got to do the voice, you know?
Yeah.
Or, like, or what would be another good one?
Kathy Bates.
Kathy Bates?
Yeah.
The comedian Kathy Bates?
No, Kathy Bates from Misery.
Oh. Okay.
In Fashion Nova Women, you know, you got her in like, you know, like one of them Bugs Bunny shirts where they wearing hip hop gear, like.
All right, yeah, I see that. I never thought about Kathy Bates and hip hop Bugs Bunny together, but.
Because the juxtaposition of the whole fish out of water energy of having people in situations they normally wouldn't be in. Imagine Bill Nye Science Guy.
Yeah.
Dressed in like club wear.
Bill Nye and some FUBU.
Yo, platinum FUBU at that. The
Bill Nye the FUBU guy. What?
Cop it. You know, to people in the chat, if you could throw any celebrity impersonator out there who you rocking with, and what celebrity do people feel like you look like?
Oh, yeah. Who's your doppelganger?
Because we could probably help you get that Fashion Nova bag.
We could. Also, like, if you wanted to send us photos of you dressed up like your favorite celebrity, because I bet you could do a better job than Fashion Nova Tupac there. Like, I would look at those pics.
Yeah. Like, have you ever been in a situation where you've seen a gender-swapped version of a famous person?
Oh, wow.
Bro. I remember one time while I was still living in Dallas, there was we was doing this thing called Monday Night Fights, and this girl came through who looked like Jay-Z.
Oh.
It was funny and tragic at the same time.
Oh, no.
No offense, Hope. I'm just saying. Like,
not Jay She.
Jay She.
Okay, moving on. Jackie Chan, the legend, the living icon. Jackie Chan had fans worried after he seemed to be struggling with some hand-eye coordination. Some people were even saying he was washed up. Now, we're not going to have any Jackie Chan slander here, but we're going to look at this video.
Oh my God.
蛮难的，蛮难的，因为确实要。
Now, okay. First off, I just want to say, like in the caption of that little video, it was like fans are concerned after Jackie appears to be past his prime. Jackie Chan is 71 years old. Okay, moving on. We still had to run to the comments. One person said, it's called old age. There's nothing to be concerned about. He is and always will be the legendary Jackie Chan.
And another person said, Betty still folds you. Ain't gotta catch sticks for that. And another comment said, today the internet discovers aging. And the last one says, he will still beat you like you stole something.
That's facts. Like I said, he's 71 years old. What do we expect? You can only almost die making movies 1,000 times.
Yeah. I mean, and like, man, when you look at, and this was him, he was probably 50 when this happened.
Yeah, this is past prime. This is Rush Hour 2.
He can still whip most of y'all pops.
This is like the late 90s. Jackie Chan was crushing it in like the early 80s.
Man, like, it's still impressive to this day.
Yeah.
To watch old Jackie Chan kick butt the way he's kicking butt.
The other thing, have you seen clips of that game where they like drop the thing? Because I have seen this game before. I'm not even sure that I could do it. Because like this is, you gotta be real quick with your grips.
Yo, can we try this in real time? Do we have anything?
We have
oh, you know what? I have a water bottle. So like, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna stand over here, right?
Okay.
You come
All right, I
over
stand here.
Put your hand, and I'm gonna drop the water bottle.
Oh, this is gonna go bad. Is the lid on tight?
The lid is on tight.
Okay.
I didn't open it.
Do I start here?
Yeah, yeah. 3, 2, and get. Oh! All right, my turn.
Okay.
Oh, it's all right. I'm see if I got it.
Okay, you ready? 3, 2. I shouldn't count it down. I just.
We both would have been dead.
Yeah.
In the Jackie Chan film.
Yeah, Jackie Chan. Hats off to you, sir. That's a difficult task.
We're just glad he's alive.
Yeah. Yep.
We're glad. We're very glad.
Yeah, people half his age, like us, can't do it. So there we go.
Shout out to you, Jackie Cants.
Oh.
We'll be back in 2 minutes with more side dish.
Jackie can't.
Hey, it's your girl, Carolina Sanchez, and The Nightcap is the late-night show where no topic is off limits. Join me as we dive into the wild world of relationships, sex, and everything in between. From hilarious dating disasters to steamy secrets, you know we've got it all. We've got celebrity guests, expert advice, and a cocktail in hand. The Nightcap is your guilty pleasure. So grab your drink and tune in because the best stories start after dark.
The Nightcap. New episodes weeknights at 10:30 or stream anytime on Fox Soul.
Well, on Fox Face Off, we tell the raw, unadulterated truth.
Fox Soul Face Off.
We are given the platform here with no fear.
Always comes out swinging.
We should be saying, hey, stop shooting and killing people.
Nothing held back.
They wanted black hip-hop moguls and artists to continue the feud.
No punches pulled.
And shut the hell up.
You interrupt me all the time.
Tune into the show where opinions collide. Fox Soul Face Off. New episodes weeknights at 9 or stream anytime on Fox Soul.
What do you think you're doing, Kevin?
Was just gonna drive home.
There are several warning signs present that you shouldn't be driving.
Like hearing voices?
Like your text-to-emoji ratio?
Oh man, the selfies.
Selfie. Nailed it. We all have warning signs that let us know that we're probably not okay to drive. Mine is pretending to be your subconscious.
Craig, come on man, let's put a ride home.
Hey, besties!
What is a bestie?
I like you.
She's fun.
It's about to be a good time!
She's always looking out for you.
Since you're my bestie, I will handle it for you.
She makes you think.
Here to uplift and empower.
She's always encouraging.
You are that girl.
Chelsea Edwards, your bestie in daytime.
Like it's a spiritual moment.
Chatting with Chelsea. New episodes weekdays at 5:30 or stream anytime on Fox Soul.
Welcome back. Now, TikTok creator Jessie is going viral again after her controversial video about her not cooking for her husband resurfaces. Peep it.
My husband is mad at me because he walked in and he saw that I'm making breakfast, and I told him that this was for me and my daughter, and that if he wanted some, he needed to cook for himself. I told him I was not going out of my way to make breakfast for him. This is only for me and my daughter. Like, if you're that hungry, there's a McDonald's down the street, or there's eggs in the fridge and there's bacon, and you can make it yourself. He's acting like this not cooking for him thing is brand new. I gave him a list of things that I don't do the day that we got married, and he was okay with it. So what's the problem now? I told him, if you don't want to cook, you could wait and see if there's any leftovers. If there's leftovers, go ahead and eat. If there's no leftovers, then I'm sorry. You're going to have to figure it out. But I am not going to cook for you. It's not my job to cook for you. I'm sorry. And then on top of that, I'm doing scrambled eggs. He wants a fried egg. No, I'm sorry. That's too much work for me. I'm not going to do it. Plus, he's so picky with his food that he might as well just cook it himself. So like that, he doesn't have nothing to complain about.
Well, damn.
Wow, that was just butterflies and lollipops there. Okay, so apparently when her husband caught wind of the viral video, he drained their joint bank account and asked her for a divorce.
Okay.
Wow. Oh, wait, I'm reading an extra note here. They've been married for 15 years? No way.
My man just reached his breaking point.
Yeah.
Because when someone tells you, yeah, I don't cook, but you clearly cook for yourself and your kid, as you should, right? Like, it's a choice to choose to not make enough for everybody.
Right.
Or it's a choice to be like, yo, I know you like this thing that you like, but I ain't gonna make it because I don't want to do the extra step.
The extra effort to go from cooking for 2 people to just adding 1 more person is minuscule. It's minuscule. I would feel differently if the story was, I was at home minding my business, or I had just gotten home from work, and my husband came home and he was like, cook me something for dinner. And I didn't want to do that. Like, okay, like we can have that for sure. Like, it's not your job to cook for him. That's not your job. You're not like, you know, his professional chef. But at the same time, if you're already there and you're already doing it, like, I am guessing she's like this in a lot of areas of life.
Right, like I finished, so good luck.
Yeah,
You know, that's the thing, right?
among many other areas, you know?
Yeah, because like if the shoe was on the other foot, if it was a dude who was cooking for himself and maybe his son or homeboy or whatever and not cooking for his wife, women would be out there with torches and hard pull. You better leave him, girl, pulling all the air. And the thing is, yo, it's foul. Especially, and one could only assume that maybe he goes out into the world and works and provides a life for everybody. Or maybe there's a 2-income house. I don't know, but teamwork, baby. Teamwork.
Yeah, there's no I in team. There is an M and an E, but I digress. Here's the other thing is she says, I'm not gonna cook for you. Okay, it's one thing to say like, hey, I'm not, you know what, I recognize my limitations and I'm not the best cook. I'm happy, like anytime I cook for me, I'll cook for you. It might not be up to your standards, but I'm happy to do it. I'm happy to learn.
Right.
That's one thing versus I'm not gonna cook for you. Like, the marriage is already starting off on a bad foot there.
Absolutely. And based on what I could just doing couch detective work here, seems of Latino descent, Puerto Rican, Dominican, that man cheated on her.
Oh.
Like, that energy is coming from a place of frustration and hate. Like, I don't think they made it to this 15-year mile marker on that energy.
Now,
you know what I mean?
Now I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
She didn't start out like this.
And maybe she didn't want to blow his spot up by saying why she don't like to cook for him and just kept it real surface level. But also don't sue us like the person who sued Shannon Sharpe.
Yeah.
You know, he ain't never cheated on us.
Yeah,
but
this is all
alleged.
alleged. This is the alleged ledger. Alleged ledger says that her response could have been like, oh, you know what? You can go get breakfast at the same place you got dinner last night.
Yeah.
He was one of those guys.
Am I supposed to feed you so you can have energy to go call that bitch? You know what I'm saying? Like, no. No.
It is wild for him to drain their joint bank account. Like, if I was her and I worked and you stole my money, I would be pissed about that.
Yeah, especially if you're pouring into that as well.
Right.
So you do have a little legal leg room there to probably go talk to your lawyer about.
I also feel like to me, there are things about this is weird. She kept saying my daughter as if it wasn't their kid. You know what I'm saying? Or my child.
When people get territorial with certain things, you did something, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, I need counseling.
He might be the villain here. He might be the villain here.
So what we're getting is they have kids that may be outside of the marriage as well, and there's kids that they share together too. So is she only cooking for her daughter that she had with, like,
previous?
How are we divvying this up?
Yeah, it sounds so complicated over a couple extra eggs.
Word.
You know what I'm saying? Literally.
How many eggs does it take? I don't cook eggs. I don't eat them. How much does it? Because he wanted it scrambled, yeah?
He wanted the fried egg. So that's probably 2. I would guess 2 fried eggs. You can fry an egg. I mean, the pan was warm. You're frying an egg in 2-3 minutes max.
We could have did better. We could have did better than that.
Yeah.
Like, does a woman like not knowing how to cook, is that a deal breaker for you?
Absolutely not.
That's what's up.
Absolutely not a deal breaker. Like, because here's the thing is, I would not ask for something out of my partner that I could not do. I'm not a Michelin level chef. I cook very basic stuff just for myself. And
Are you at least Firestone level? Are you at least Firestone level?
Firestone.
Well, Michelin, Firestone.
Oh, no.
Tire brands.
No.
Okay.
I'm a Goodyear level, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm a Goodyear.
Goodyear can learn men.
Chef. Yeah. And so, like, but I'm happy to learn. Now, if the woman I'm with is like, just so you know, I'm never going to cook. Okay, now I'm picking up some other negative energies here.
Yeah.
That's a little different than, do I know how to cook?
We take that as a challenge sometimes, though, too. When somebody says they never going to do something.
Right.
And
Oh,
like,
yeah.
I was like, we'll see.
I will say this. The last 2 sort of relationships I've been in have been with women who, like, for whatever reason, didn't know how to throw down a little in the kitchen. And that was a major bonus point. I'm not going to lie.
Okay.
Major bonus point.
They say food is a gateway to the belly and the soul.
Let me tell you.
And the heart.
That's right. It works. Okay. Well, moving on. Are you thinking about traveling to Japan anytime soon? I know you've been.
Every day, B.
Every day.
My mind is still there.
I want to go bad. Well, there's a travel company called Hopper, and it's hitting us with a list of no-nos that you should take into consideration before hopping on that flight.
All right, first up, no tipping. And I did experience this. Since exceptional service is already included, tipping might be considered rude. And that was one of the things I love the most about being over there. Because you go like to certain places like resorts and things like that, everybody got their hand out for something. If you tip somebody, they look at you like you crazy.
Really?
Like if you try to hand them some money, like they look at it from the standpoint like, yo, you don't think I make enough money here?
Oh, it's almost disrespectful.
Right.
Oh,
so
interesting.
I wish we could spread that love across the globe.
Something tells me in Japan they don't say, hey, I'm going to turn this screen around. It's going to ask you a little question. We'll see you later.
They bow and walk off.
They bow, and then you got to hit 30%. Okay. Okay, this is a good one. No talking on the phone on public transit. Silence is preferred. Yes.
Yo, they don't even like talking in general. Like, yo, man, I was on a train and I like tried to like ask a lady something. Yo, she looked at me like I was trying to steal her purse. It was real in the field, man.
That's great.
Also, no eating on the go. They consider it messy and disrespectful. No jaywalking. And even though there are no public trash cans, no littering. And the whole time I was there, the only night I saw trash on the street was New Year's Eve.
Really?
Yeah.
No eating while walking.
Yeah.
I don't do a ton of eating while. You're not going to catch me with like a burger. I mean, I'm carrying it someplace.
Yeah, so weirdly enough, whenever I did see people eating because they bought street food, they're standing in front of the place that they bought it from and eating it right there. There's a big thing that they make, it'd be like these things that are shaped like fish, and inside of it is like red bean.
Okay.
So I caught one of those off a little street corner vendor, and I just like stood there and ate it, and then I was looking around, and I didn't see no trash cans, so I literally just balled up my little paper trash, just put it in my pocket, because, I didn't want to get caned.
Are they still caning folks over there?
Nah, that's Singapore, they do that,
Singapore.
but I don't, but also I didn't want to get hit with a katana.
Yeah, that's true.
They might have those.
Got some nunchucks coming out of nowhere. Also, one of the things you're not supposed to do, no PDA if you want to stay. The Japanese think displays of public affection are tacky and disruptive. No tonguing down in Tokyo.
Get that Tokyo tongue down. And lastly, no small talk on an elevator. It's considered a quiet zone.
That's interesting.
Because I would find it rude if somebody walked on the elevator and didn't say nothing to me. Or if I didn't say something back to them too. Because I'm always trying to spark conversations with people.
Okay, that's the only one that I do enjoy a brief, funny elevator conversation. Because it'll never be the same combination of random people ever again in there. You have that brief little moment, you laugh about something, and then people get in their cars. Who doesn't love that?
I hate that we get out of here so late because, I used to do this thing back when Portia was still with us at Dish Nation, right? We would get on the elevator, and then, we would stand with our arms folded. So when people would get on the elevator, we would growl at them. Jokingly,
that's good.
But it's a hell of an icebreaker because people never would expect it coming. And when we can get so the people that we growl at, so when they come on, they'd be like, so yo, if somebody else gets on, we gonna growl too. And like, yo, like, so by the time we got down to the floor, it would just be like a little growling mob of people. It's fun.
I love that. I can also imagine Portia doing it, which is so funny.
Now, Portia's a maniac, and I miss seeing that maniac on a daily, regular basis. I hope you're well. I heard she just picked up a new acting gig. She's on season 2 of some new show. So
I'm not even
love
aware.
to see our Dish Nation alumni shine. What'd you say it was called?
Traitors?
No, it's not a reality show. It seemed like it's a scripted joint. It was like she posted on her page, like on Variety or something like that. They talked about it, man. So,
Okay, out of all of those Japanese customs, or we call them customs, which one do you think would do best here in the U.S.? Which one should we bring over?
I don't even know what would do best because apparently we're slobs. Look at our streets, right?
Yeah.
But that whole tipping thing. We just gotta pay our people better. If we paid people what they deserve to be paid, we wouldn't have to be, because you notice also when they do that thing, when they turn it around, 10 ain't even an option no more, and the number sequences are out of order. So where 10 used to be, it'll be like 25, so you just hit them with 25 real quick, then it'd be like 20 in the middle and then 18 on the far right. Yeah. And I be trying to hit other, and then I realize in real time I can't do the math that fast. So you end up getting 18.
My thing is for me, that whole issue just goes back to service. Like, if I'm at a table and you come to me and you take my order and you bring your food to me and I'm sitting the whole time, you have definitely earned some gratuity. I don't mind it at all. As a matter of fact, I love it. Good service. But if I go up and I order like it's a McDonald's and then I go back and I pick up my food like it's a McDonald's, I'm not tipping at McDonald's.
You've been to a McDonald's where you got a tip?
No.
Yo,
that's just what I'm saying. If I pick up,
the day that they decide to install that at McDonald's, the end of Do the Right Thing, when Bugging Out and Mookie took the trash can and threw it through the window and yelled radio, that's me at McDonald's, because y'all barely getting the order right. You get no tip.
You get no tip, sir. But we love you guys, so we'll give you a tip. The tip is after the break. We're going to tell you about a scam being pulled at a temple, but you'll never believe who the scammers are. That answer in 2 minutes. That's a hot tip.
I'm Isaiah Carey, here to shake things up with the stories that hit hard and matter most. Here on The Factor, we cover news with grit and authenticity. We challenge the status quo and get down to real talk and bold discussions. Join us as we amplify the voices that disrupt, inspire, and lead the charge for change. Your story is power, and we're here to unleash it.
The Isaiah Factor Uncensored. New episodes weeknights at 9:30 or stream anytime on Fox Soul.
I wonder if you know that I want the best for you. But how long will you fight solo? I wonder if you know that we can get help. Not wondering anymore. Love, your mind.
What is a bestie?
I like you.
She's fun.
It's about to be a good time.
She's always looking out for you.
Since you're my bestie, I will handle it for you.
She makes you think.
Here to uplift and empower.
She's always encouraging.
You are that girl.
Chelsea Edwards, your bestie in daytime.
I get the spiritual moments.
Chatting with Chelsea. New episodes weekdays at 5:30 or stream anytime on Fox Soul.
I was a quarterback at Hardaway High School. College first-round draft pick. During the football season, I would stop eating. But I didn't know I was depressed. We didn't have any education behind what mental health was. I started to learn it starts here first. If this is together, I'll be better as a father and as a husband. We have to redefine what being a strong man is and heal, love your mind.
All right, welcome back. First off, hide your smartphones, hide your wallets, because the streets of Bali, the Uluwatu temple specifically, is a hotbed for hustling monkeys. You heard that right. There's a full-blown monkey mafia running a highly sophisticated pickpocketing crime ring on unsuspecting tourists, and they ain't monkeying around. Check out this clip.
So the temple grounds are full of opportunities, if you know where to look.
Oh,
yo!
A constant supply of hats and sunglasses.
Are you gonna get the water?
Right off her face?
Now this harvest is not for eating. It's for bargaining. And these old boys can't wait to get their hands on the latest tech. The older males understand something the youngsters have yet to learn. The art of the deal. A banana? How dare you?
Oh, little trade-off.
He didn't want that banana. Give him something good.
Chocolate. That's better.
Wow. Who taught these monkeys to steal?
Mr. Chow.
Mr. Chow.
From Hangover.
But did you die? Yeah. Yeah.
Are they taking these things and selling them on Amazon Primate? It's such a grind because they were so effective with the yap too. You know what I mean? That's brilliant. I just like, how do you teach a monkey to do that? How do you, sure, you got bananas and fruits, little chocolate bars, but so the monkeys are like hats, sunglasses, iPhones. And those are all high value items. You know, you ain't coming through taking the little case with the Altoids or nothing like that. Nah, you taking the high dollar items. And apparently they've been doing this in the wild too.
They've learned. They've learned that we'll give them tasty treats to do our dirty work. It's only a matter of time before a monkey pulls the trigger.
Yo, you have a little gun?
Yo, a little gun?
Yo, listen. I mean, if I was on some high level villainy, right? If I had just an army of well-trained guns with monkeys with gats, you know what I'm saying? Like just there they go.
The thing that's scary about a monkey with a gun is he's holding on to the bill and he's shooting you with his foot. He's like, ah, because they got their thumb down there. Wow.
And they move so sporadically, so you're just trying to get out of the way and like, man, you gonna get clapped regardless.
Wow. That's
nature's lit. Because you've been seeing these videos of people coming through, like seagulls coming through and yapping sandwiches and stuff from people. I would rather be robbed by a monkey. It's a dope story. Like I think if a bird came and took it, that bird knew you was soft.
Yeah, if a bird took my wallet, I'm kind of a punk. But if a monkey took my wallet, that's a whole other terror right there.
Yo, the bewilderment of it all too is like, yo, I wasn't ready for it.
I don't even want to tell you this, but a monkey stole my phone. Get out of here! Took it right out of my hands.
No one will believe you.
No one will believe.
All right, well we're done monkeying around here, man. We gonna take a break. Come back in 2 minutes with everybody's favorite game. Whose cousin is it?
Well, on Fox Face Off, we tell the raw, unadulterated truth.
Fox Soul Face Off.
We are given the platform here with no fear.
Always comes out swinging.
We should be saying, hey, stop shooting and killing people.
Nothing held back.
They wanted black hip-hop moguls and artists to continue the feud.
No punches pulled.
And shut the hell up.
You interrupt me all the time.
Tune into the show where opinions collide. Fox Soul Face Off. New episodes weeknights at 9 or stream anytime on Fox Soul.
Ready to lose track of time the best way possible?
Rolling!
From the funniest videos to the wildest things online, we do the scrolling so you don't have to.
It's Usher. He had that synthetic hair melting. You hear me? Why y'all talking about that lady hair like that? Ain't it alone?
Catch us every weeknight, 7 p.m. Central on Fox Soul.
Louder for the people in the back.
Hey, it's your girl, Carolina Sanchez, and The Nightcap is the late-night show where no topic is off limits. Join me as we dive into the wild world of relationships, sex, and everything in between. From hilarious dating disasters to steamy secrets, you know we've got it all. We've got celebrity guests, expert advice, and a cocktail in hand. The Nightcap is your guilty pleasure. So grab your drink and tune in because the best stories start after dark.
The Nightcap. New episodes weeknights at 10:30 or stream anytime on Fox Soul.
I wonder if you know that I want the best for you. But how long will you fight solo? I wonder if you know that we can get help. Not wondering anymore. Love, your mind.
Welcome back. All right, it's time for everybody's favorite game. Whose cousin is it?
Man or woman? These crimes keep coming.
Okay, here we go. When you didn't get your back cracked last night. All right, so now everybody's got to suffer. Here we go. A female Texas cop is under investigation for a now deleted viral TikTok video where she basically said she'd issue a ticket to everybody and their mama because she didn't get laid the night before.
Oh man, get this. The lady cop was in full uniform, visible badge and all, participating in the TikTok trend. And while this isn't her first time rocking the precinct's finest for clout on TikTok, the time she may have gone from serve and protect to post and regret.
And just like a situationship after cuffing season, that woman's TikTok is gone. Womp womp. Her precinct issued a very dry statement saying our administration is aware and Internal Affairs has opened an investigation. We have no other comment at this time.
All right, y'all. Seems like an open and shut case, but whose cousin is this?
Open and shut?
To me, it was, unless the trend involves you saying something very specific and she was just reading the script. But when she said, I'm giving everybody and their mama a ticket, that's like my cousin.
And a little bit it does.
Yeah. Now, if she said, I'm giving everybody in mama's family a ticket, you know, that like the show, then maybe it could have been your cousin.
I've never heard one of my cousins talk about everybody's mamas.
Like mother, right? More pro show.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, we're getting an update here. The text was on the video. I'm giving everybody and their mama a ticket out here.
Oh.
Everybody's. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so we got to backtrack just a little bit. She said everybody's getting a ticket.
Oh, your cousin.
My cousin.
Yeah,
everybody's getting a ticket because I didn't get my back cracked last night. Right? We have the girl.
Is back crack a direct quote?
Yeah. And now I do feel like, the back crack part.
And it feels like our cousin. It feels like my cousin.
See, back crack and everybody mama kind of.
They in a similar verbal space. Yeah, I definitely gonna lean in that direction. I still feel like it's my cousin.
I tend to agree. I'm just trying to think. This is Texas. We got all kinds of cousins in Texas.
Can we try saying it in a non-cancelable accent just to see how it feels if it was
non-cancelable accent? Well, that's just a little bit south.
Okay.
Come on, everybody about to get a ticket out here.
Yeah, I still don't believe it. Yeah, my cousin. I'm gonna stay on that one. My cousin.
Interesting. I might have to go other.
You might have to go other?
I might just go other because I'm thinking Hispanic cousin.
Okay. They do be on the TikTok.
Yep.
I tell you what, there's only one way.
There's only one way to get to the bottom.
All the way down to the bottom of this. 3, 2, 1.
Move that van!
Surprise, surprise.
Escalada!
Why isn't she getting her back cracked?
Let me tell you, what's her OnlyFans? What precinct is she?
What city did this happen in?
Dallas? Didn't get cracked lady.
That's on par for Dallas.
Wow. DFW, that fine woman.
Yo, she didn't get her back cracked that night. It probably happened shortly thereafter because, man, I would love her to protect and serve me as well.
There's been plenty of times, I don't know how many times that woman's pulled somebody over and they're like, go ahead, put me in cuffs.
Word. More like the lean back, yeah.
Oops. That is kind of wild for a police officer to put on TikTok, though.
I mean,
in uniform.
Sometimes you see people trying to relate to the public, right?
Yeah.
Like, we just we like to have fun. And then every now and then, the higher brass takes the fun out of it. It's like, yo, you can't say that, you can't do that.
I feel like most of the times those videos will be like two officers shooting hoops with a kid in the neighborhood or whatever. And I find that very wholesome. I really like to see that. But then when I see this woman in the squad car talking about, didn't get my back cracked, so now everybody's getting a ticket. Ma'am.
Now that's wholesome.
Yeah, that's wholesome. Yeah. Well, you're about to be patrolling the pole.
And I will pull some ones out now.
Yeah.
In preparation
I may or may not Google this story later just to see how it turned out.
Yo, shout out to our DFW fam. Big ups, man. Yo, man, we appreciate y'all locking in with us as always. And shout out to everybody who's going to try to, get frisked by this officer.
Yeah, protect and swerve by sexy officer there. Hey, tomorrow begins 48-Hour Friday.
Lock in for that and get your rest. And don't forget to like, subscribe, share, and tell others that we out here operating in this space. And big shout out to everybody who's been with us on this journey since day one.
Oh, you know what I'll start doing? I know HK will do it too. If you bring somebody new to the show and get them in the comments, like Justin, if you're like, oh, I brought so-and-so, I brought Red Pillow to the show, you will get a shout out directly on the show. Trying to grow the audience here, folks.
Oh, yeah. Shout out to Red Pillow, man.
Shout out to Red
We'll
Pillow.
see y'all tomorrow, 48-Hour Friday. Y'all be easy.
All right, bye.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to Scrolling with Jen and V. Another hot episode. We are ready to do some running down on these reels and these posts. And y'all know what it is when y'all come and chill with us, right? You know what it is, right?
That's
V,
right. Absolutely right.
Okay. And we want to cheers to our bevy of the night.
Ooh, yeah.
And we called this a what? A ghetto what?
The cheap honeymoon.
That's what it is. That's
so
what
crazy.
it is. So we have a great show ahead for you all.
Yes.
And we are so happy that you came back to view all of this with us. Yes. And laugh.
Yes.
And enjoy yourselves. Okay? This is the time to do that. Unwind.
Right?
And get some giggles in.